Well, welcome all to the SnailTrail4x4 Podcast. If you like going off-roading in Toyotas, wrenching on Toyotas, camping in Toyotas, and maybe even poking a little bit of fun at Toyotas, and of course, hearing about how fantastic sand in your toes and in your Toyotas is, then this is the podcast for you. That's right, ladies and germs. My name is Tyler. Joining me for another episode of the SnailTrail4x4 Podcast, back from the 3 hours behind. You're time traveling forward now, so it's only 7 a.m. Is Mr. Jimmy Jet. How you doing, man?
I am good, thanks. I'm a little burnt. A little bit.
You don't look
not very burnt, but my back's a little. But the back of my arms actually is the spot I either missed or I came down on the sand too many times and it wore off. One of the
sandpaper. You sandpapered the back of your arms.
Yeah. I sandpapered the sunscreen off, and then the sun took a bite out of my skin or something.
Nice.
Yeah.
Otherwise, sounds a lot better than what I went through.
Yeah. I mean, you had a horrible time. I just was reminiscing about it because you talked about it on the 4-Wheel Underground episode about how you applied sunscreen like 4 times in a day and still got burnt.
Yep.
That sucks.
Yep. I did.
I guess I can go to Hawaii with a farmer's tan and apply sunscreen once in the morning and be okay all day.
You're good. Yeah. Freaking Italians. Get out of here.
Yeah.
So my Northern European heritage does not like your Italian heritage just right now, just FYI.
Yeah, I'm okay with that.
Cool. Perfect.
I mean, we've probably gone to war over less things in life.
You don't get sunburns. Go to hell. We're invading.
You don't like pasta? Go to hell.
Oh, Jesus Christ. I'm okay with that because we have mead and you have pasta. I'm okay with that trade-off. So.
We'll talk about mead in the future here.
Really?
Yeah.
I'm excited.
Yeah.
I need to go back to Strahd, and I don't even know if they're open anymore. I haven't checked on them in like a few years.
Yeah.
So
we should just go there and do a recording.
I'm down.
Yeah.
Let's go today. Let's go after lunch. We'll just head over there.
I'm okay with that because I got to go over to the powder coater or stripper. So it's in that same general area.
Yeah. Oh, which reminds me, I need you to drop a couple things off the Cal 4 office while you're over there.
Okay.
All right.
I can do that.
Sweet. Anyways, welcome back, man.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Good to be back. Mm-hmm. Well, not really, but I'll say it anyway.
How much catching up do you have to do now?
Quite a bit.
Yeah.
Yep. 8 days off in total.
Which
mean,
means
including a weekend.
It'll take you, what's 8 times 3? 24? 24 days to catch up.
So hopefully not. Hopefully I can. My goal is to get everything done snail armor wise before the weekend.
Wow. That'd be impressive.
That'd be my goal. Yeah, I think I can do it. I don't know if I'm going to get any other things done around the house or on Samantha or any of the other things that I need to do. Like I have a few YouTube videos I need to edit as well. So we'll see how much I can get done. I was lying in bed last night, 3 hours ahead, trying to go to sleep, right? It's like 9-10 o'clock at night and I'm laying in bed and it's really feels like 7 o'clock for me. And I'm just sitting there thinking of like, man, I've got this video I need to finish. I should probably start editing the videos for Samantha, at least like the first one, so I don't forget what's going on. I've got these 2 or 3 things I need to install on Charlotte. I've got like a bunch of panels I need to get out. I have all this honeydew things that need to happen. So I was stressing out for a little bit at night.
Jimmy's laying in bed at 7 p.m. Having an anxiety attack.
Well, yeah, somewhat.
7 p.m. in your head.
Hawaiian time. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. So
nice.
It was good. Didn't sleep that well last night, and then had to wake up, air quotes early, but like I was out of bed I got up at around 8 this time. But that's 5 a.m. body clock. So had some coffee, and then I brought you something I'm hoping we can break into a little later.
Oh, I'm excited.
Yeah.
All right.
But before we talk some Hawaiian and some Hawaiian trucks, we should talk about what we've got going this month.
Yep.
I know that we have a review, or we're doing a giveaway for reviews for an Onyx Off-Road Elite membership.
Yep.
And if we're getting, what do we need? 800 reviews. We're at just
800.
over 750 now. I haven't looked. I don't think we've looked at it since we've got the winners. So who knows where we're at. But once we get to 800 reviews, we will be giving away an Onyx Elite membership. Speaking of that, I sent some tokens out to Weld's Taco, Rob.
Oh, okay.
And he sent me some locations back. All through Onyx Off-Road.
Oh, nice.
And they were all GPS located through Onyx. And he said, here's where they're located. So he did like a pin drop or something. I have no idea how he did it, but it turned out fantastic. And I'm halfway wondering, and maybe we'll talk off air about this, if we can use that pin, if we can just move that pin into the folder.
Copy it over to the trail hunt folder.
Yeah. And then maybe we can just make that a standard where people have to use Onyx to set them, and then
that would
we
be
can
super nice. So lessen a lot of our work having to copy everything over.
Exactly, because right now I'm taking the pin drop and the coordinates and what the token is and moving it to a spreadsheet.
Yeah,
and then we're taking that spreadsheet and then moving all that data and information over to the treasure hunt folder that you're setting up. So maybe there's a more streamlined way to do this.
I think the big issue with the spreadsheet and having to do the spreadsheet was we were tracking the serial numbers on the spreadsheet, and we're not tracking the serial numbers through Onyx.
But we
are we?
Well, isn't that how we're identifying which one is which?
Not on Onyx, because then people can game the system and find the letters that they need left, rather than just going and finding random tokens and see what letters on it.
Well, maybe we need to talk a little bit more off air, because I was thinking about scrambling the letters for the serial, or scrambling the serial numbers for the letters.
That would be my preference.
So that we can still we can identify number 53 is over here, but nobody would know what letter it is.
That would be my preference.
Yeah. So, but we'll solidify this off air. But it was really nice to have Rob send everything to me in Onyx, and I could just be like, here's the information I need. And he can take the photos there, and he can probably upload the photos into an Onyx, because we do ask you to take some photos if you're going to be a treasure hunt person.
Yep.
I guess speaking of that, if you want to be a treasure hunt token hider, email me, Jimmy@SnailTrail4x4.com. I've had 2 or 3 people in the last week message me about hiding tokens all over California, and one person up in BC, Canada.
Oh.
So that's pretty fun. And I guess I might as well say it. I hid one in Hawaii. So if you're either going to Hawaii in the near future, or you live in Hawaii on the Big Island, or any of the islands, because it's pretty easy to jump to the Big Island, there is a token hidden on the island. But, so that's pretty fun.
Yeah.
But let's go back. We have 800. Once we hit 800 reviews, we're giving away an Onyx Elite membership. And I think we're still waiting for A13X Mont, M-O-N-T.
Yep.
To get in contact with us. You're the big ultimate winner for the Yokohama Tire giveaway. We did hear from the second place person
and the third, right?
I don't think we've heard from the third place. Who is that? Boo Hunter? We heard from, I think it was Cam B. We heard from. Boo Hunter. We have not heard from, but what I heard was that it's not Spaghetti messaged us and said it's not him.
Was. Okay.
Yeah. So, all right. So I think Cam B is in the running right now to be the winner, unless we hear from, A13X MONT.
Yep.
Okay.
Cool.
Yeah. And then we have another monthly giveaway for our Snail Squad members. It's the Gear Wrench tools, right?
Gear Wrench tools. Pick your prizes.
Pick your prizes.
Pick your prize back.
$200-ish. We got a plethora of, which is a funny word, but we have a lot of tools in the back that we are able to give away. Big thanks to Gear Wrench for sending us a whole bunch of tools. And we'll let you do a choose your own adventure scenario on what tools you want.
Yeah.
We'll set a bunch of tools out, and maybe we'll ask you if you want something specific, and we'll see if we have it.
Yeah.
And then we can let you choose a good amount of tools for your collection.
Yeah. So update on last month's giveaway, which was the party pack.
Yeah. Have we heard from Sherpa Drinks yet? Okay.
I told him he should probably fast forward and get caught up on episodes. So he did.
Got it.
And he messaged back, winner.
Finally.
Yeah.
We didn't message him or anything.
No.
When we recorded, Tyler sent a text to Sherpa and said something like congrats.
And that was it.
And that was all. Yeah. And then we've been waiting for him to get in contact with us because we know he's a pretty avid listener.
Yeah.
That's funny. Okay.
So anyways, he turned down the party pack and instead borrowed my trailer.
Oh, really?
Yeah. To go out to Fordyce.
Okay.
Because he was in town while you were out of town.
Yeah.
So he went out to Fordyce and so instead of the party pack, he borrowed the trailer, but then he also dropped off a bunch of Nerf guns. So I'm like, I feel like I won out on that exchange.
How does that work?
I don't know. So
I don't want any whiskey glasses for Sherpa Drinks.
Yeah, right.
And I borrowed your trailer and gave you Nerf guns.
Yeah. So I'm feeling really good with that. Actually, I feel like I won last month.
Yeah. I think we should send him something anyway.
Yeah, I think we should send him a couple whiskey glasses anyways. But that does mean that we still, I guess, technically have a party pack that we could do another month.
Okay.
Since he didn't take the party pack, we haven't technically made any of the items because it's kind of choose your party pack. But I think it's a really cool prize. I think the party pack is kind of a cool idea. And I'd like to see somebody get a party pack.
Yeah.
So
plus you want to get rid of that charcuterie board.
I mean, I want to find some kind of use for it. Like it's a cool charcuterie board.
It looks really good. Yeah.
I just have too many charcuterie boards at home already. So I'm like, I can't have another one.
Understood.
But yeah, it's, I think we can have that for another month now, a party pack. And we'll send something out to Sherpa. So.
Okay.
Or maybe we'll send it to Joe and then Sherpa will get to use it whenever he comes back home.
I'm okay with either one of those. Do we have his Floridian address? I don't know if I do.
I think I do. I might have it in the Morphlite system.
Okay.
So,
all right.
We'll see.
We'll just send candy to Marlene and send a glass or a few glasses to Sherpa across the country.
I wonder if I could send him a Dickosaurus Rex. I think he would appreciate that.
Probably.
Okay.
Or the measurer.
Yeah. He'd get a kick out of that for sure. He had to have seen that when he was here. So.
Maybe.
Anyways, all right, so enough of that. That's our monthly giveaway stuff going on. If you guys want to get entered, go to irate4x4 before the end of the month. That's for the gear wrench tools. You get to choose what tools you want. Let's see. We got what else is there anything else going on?
I think the only other thing I listened to Monday's episode on the way down here, so I'm all caught up on items there. So I didn't finish it. I need to finish that episode, but I'm already intrigued about everything all the new things Brian has going on, which is I knew about a lot of these things. So but I might call you up, Brian, and say like, I might need some new lower links.
Yeah.
But anyways, you talked a little bit in the last episode about the work party that you have coming up.
Yes. So the update that I didn't tell, I don't know about.
I don't know about what update that is, but I just mean the work party for Mad Hatters that's coming up. Are you full? Is there still openings?
We're not full. There's still openings.
Okay.
It's all set for, I guess, technically roughly a week from when this episode airs. So if you guys are in the NorCal area, come on over. We'll have food. We'll have some beverages. We will not be supplying any alcohol. So if you guys want alcohol, bring your own. But we'll have water, Gatorade, sodas, and some food. We're going to do tacos. Nice. Our buddy Ryan and Sarah are going to be making tacos.
Oh, good.
So
they make fantastic tacos.
They do awesome.
They're great.
So they'll be kind of in charge of making tacos. And then should be a pretty good work party. I think with how many people we have looking at coming out right now, I think we've got about 15 at the moment signed up.
Okay.
That should be enough to get all the work done in a reasonable amount of time. If we get up to 30 people, then it would take, I think, about 3 hours total to do all the work.
Okay.
Is my guess. So the more people we get, the faster the work goes, the faster that we can get the work done.
Mm-hmm.
We can take some people through the Wentworth Springs Loop on the Rubicon, and people that don't want to do that can just go back to camp. But then we can lounge around in Gurley Creek for the afternoon, and then in the evening time, have a bunch of tacos and good food and hang out with people. So
sounds great.
There'll be Onyx swag, and there's a giveaway going on.
Yeah, you said this.
So the giveaway is going to be for some steel chainsaws.
Yeah. When you said that, I was like these chainsaws cut metal? And then it took me a second. I'm like, steel chainsaws. Yeah. And then you're like, these aren't for the people, or these aren't for work. You know, I'm like, so what do you do with these steel chainsaws? I was like, what the hell? And
You're
then I
so
was like,
cute, Jimmy.
Yeah, right. I was like, I'm an idiot. I'm like, okay, I understand what steel chainsaws are now.
Yeah.
It's the brand.
The brand.
Yeah.
Yep, exactly. The white and orange brand, not the full orange brand. So, it's I think they're ordering 3 chainsaws.
Wow.
They're getting delivered here to the warehouse. But the interesting thing that I just found out this morning on my way over to record is that you can't order small CC chainsaws in California right now.
Correct. Yes. I was kind of curious how this was working.
I totally forgot about that. And so they ordered battery chainsaws.
Oh.
So
okay.
I didn't even know that Steel had a battery powered line of chainsaws yet. And so I'm really curious to check those out. Obviously Steel is kind of the chainsaw leader of the world right now.
Right.
So if anybody's going to make a really awesome battery powered chainsaw, I imagine it would be them.
Right. Yeah.
But I've never seen a Steel battery powered chainsaw. So part of me is like, I really want to check these things out. And the other part of me is kind of like,
they only sent 2.
I don't know how many they're sending.
Yeah,
but
neither do I. They only sent 1, and one showed up for you, and one showed up for me.
Gotcha. I read what you're dropping now, Jimmy. No, it's so my other thought was I'm debating on asking if they have a specific budget, like they were going to spend X amount of money on 3 battery powered chainsaws, if they would want to do fewer chainsaws but do bigger chainsaws. So do like a 50cc chainsaw, because those are illegal. I think it's 45 or 49 or bigger. 49 cc's or bigger in California.
Interesting.
You can still purchase 2-stroke chainsaws.
Oh,
so I sent that email to them to see if that's something they'd be interested in, doing fewer saws for bigger saws.
Yeah, that makes sense.
And we'll see.
Yeah, that'll be cool. So, I think electric chainsaws are really nice. The problem with them is when you run out of batteries, what are you going to do?
And that's my problem with it. Like most off-roaders, a lot of us have battery powered tools now, right? Correct. So red, yellow, teal, whatever your color is. So if you got a battery powered chainsaw that uses the same batteries of the tools you already have, I can see that being a benefit.
Yeah, because you probably are carrying a bunch of batteries with you.
Yep, exactly. But for a Steel chainsaw, I mean, Steel, I don't know anything about their battery powered chainsaws. So are they compatible with red or yellow or teal, or is it? I would imagine not.
Yeah, I don't think so.
They usually don't like to cross promote with other brands. So that's my only concern, because once those Steel batteries go out, what do you do?
Yeah, you're going to have a collection of Steel batteries
to go along with your other batteries that you have. So that's my only concern with doing the Steel battery powered chainsaws. For at home, awesome. I think it's a great option for battery powered stuff at home. But for out on a trail where power is a very limited resource sometimes, for off-roaders and people in the outdoor recreation area, battery power is not always, I think, the best option. I think gasoline is more readily available than electricity.
Sure. I agree. And to carry the 2-stroke additive is very easy. It's weighs less, probably takes up a smaller package than an actual battery does. And you can just pull some fuel out of your gas tank if you need it.
Yeah.
I agree. I think I really I have Ryobi cordless or electric chainsaw, cordless chainsaw at home, and it's fine for the little things that you do around the house, unless you have a giant palm or a giant pine tree fall. Which it was funny because that what it was about a year, little less or a little over a year now that we did that Loomis Chainsaw Massacre. Go on this palm that I keep saying palm tree. I've been in Hawaii too long. Pine tree that fell. I had a friend bring over his electric chainsaw and he worked for like 40 minutes.
Oh, yeah, that was it.
And then he was like, well, my battery's dead.
Yeah. I guess I'm going to sit around and watch you guys.
Yeah. But he started moving pieces, the rounds or, picking up pieces or whatever. But it's just like he could only go for 40 minutes and then he needed to charge his battery and, everybody that had gas was still going over past 40 minutes and all you needed to do was add more fuel and check your chain and then you could keep going and continue on. So it really depends on if you're going to do some honeydews. Yeah, cordless is fine. But if you're going to do some serious work and chop through, like, even if you're going to buck a tree, like, an 8-inch section or 8-foot section of a tree, to just pull it off the road so that you can continue down the trail. I don't even think a cordless could do that.
Yeah, it'd be tight. I think you might get one tree done. Anything beyond that, and you're kind of, I wouldn't rely on it.
No. So I wonder though, what would be kind of funny is because Onyx is where they're in Oregon.
I believe so.
I think they're based in
Oregon or Idaho, one of those.
Something like that. Somewhere in the PNW kind of general area. Maybe on Montana now, who knows? Anyways, they should buy them there and ship us the small gas engine versions.
Yeah, right?
Can you do that, please? So we can have those.
Yep.
Because those are more needed here than cordless is.
Yeah. Yeah, especially for the off-road community. So all right, so that's the update on that. If you guys show up to the work party next Saturday at Airport Flats Campground, then you get a chance at winning some chainsaws now.
That's really cool.
It's pretty cool what Onyx is doing. So
and then get some Onyx swag and everything. And it's really neat that Onyx is stepping up and helping trail maintenance people or any trail maintenance group with tools or food or anything that you need. They're willing to step up and help out with that. And it's just another reason why we like Onyx Off-Road so much. Besides their amazing software, they're doing really cool things in the off-road community like this.
Yep. Cool stuff. Let's see. Anything else on housekeeping?
I don't think so.
All right. Then we'll take a quick break here and we'll hear a little bit about Onyx and some of the mapping features they have. And then we'll be right on back with kind of what we've been up to. Some stuff about Hawaii. And I have a bunch of little random vehicle updates. So cool. We'll be right on back. Grab a drink. See you soon.
Are you stuck inside? Are you not sure where you want to go to explore? Well, open the Onyx Off-Road app. It shows you all the trails around you and it tells you their difficulty. Now you can quickly search out your next adventure or plan your next trip. Download Onyx Off-Road from the App Store. Onyx Off-Road, built for the adventurer.
Welcome back, ladies and germs. This is Thursday's episode.
Yep.
Jimmy just got back from Hawaii.
I did.
Like late last night, right? Or not really late because you said you were in bed by 7. I'm just
we landed about 7.
Okay.
Somewhere around there. We took off about 11.
Okay. Jeez, that's a long flight, 9 hours.
3-hour time change.
Yeah. Anyway, so welcome back.
Thank you.
Welcome back to the mainland.
Yeah. The hot land.
The hot land. Dude, it's so hot out here right now. I tried to work on something on the Forerunner this weekend. And by like 11 a.m., I was like, I can't do this.
Right.
I can't. I have to go inside and shower and cool off. Like I was overheating already at 11 a.m. I was like, this is stupid.
The shop doesn't have any HVAC at all. No heat or air conditioning.
Yeah.
but it stays, if you leave it shut, it stays roughly about 10 degrees cooler than outside. And so all I do is I just put some fans on to get air moving. Cause if air's like stagnant air is just hot and nasty.
Yeah.
And
especially when you fart.
Yeah, 100%. Just lingers. But if you get the air moving, just a little bit of air movement really saves the day.
Yeah.
And so that's the only way I survive in the shop.
Yeah, man, it's heat. It's hot here right now. So we're hitting 100 degrees pretty regularly. That's 42, 44 degrees Celsius for our Australian people and Canadians. So yeah, it's hot here. It's fun. But it also means that getting up to the mountains is an awesome escape during the summer. We're at that point of the year. It looks like Barrett Lake should be opening August 1st.
That's what I saw. I'm excited.
Yep. There's the bathrooms are pretty much all done and made by John.
Excellent.
John Allen. So they're doing a big install party this weekend and the following weekend.
Okay.
So this weekend, the install party up at Barrett Lake is to help put the bathrooms in. And then the following weekend is kind of clean up, finish whatever they didn't finish this weekend. So
sounds good.
Barrett Lake should be opening August 1st. And then there's rumors that the Forest Service, El Dorado National Forest, back with the 42 trails closures.
Yeah.
When all that happened here in the Sierras, Barrett Lake was like the last trail to get reopened, right?
Sure.
And then because it's and that was 2017, 2018, I believe, when it got reopened from the 42 trails closure. And so the Barrett Lake is a high elevation trail. It's one of the higher elevations ones we have here in NorCal. And because of that, they have to wait until 30 days after reporting no or sub level, whatever their standard is for moisture. They have to wait 30 days after they record that level of no moisture.
Okay.
In order to open up Barrett Lake.
I thought that was nulled.
No.
Didn't they open it really early last year?
It wasn't open really early. It was still like roughly like the last week of July.
Okay.
That they opened it last year. But the goal moving forward is that they have null and voided that rule and stated that now that enough time has gone by with the trail open, with the water mitigation efforts they've built on the trail during the closures, seeing that they're all working, that they are going to start opening up the trail like July 1st. So a month earlier.
Okay.
As the standard season for Barrett Lake moving forward. And they were gonna do that this year, but because of the bathroom situation, they decided to hold off an extra 30 days to give the Highlanders a chance to get the bathrooms built and installed before they open it up for the season.
Okay.
So starting next year, Barrett Lake should be open July 1st through, November 30th?
Okay.
Is, I believe, the season for Barrett Lake, typically.
Sounds good.
And if it's a really dry year, we may see it open in June 1st and open as late as December 31st.
Sure.
So
I don't like those years, but I like that time opening.
Right. Yeah.
I like the allotment available of off-roading there. Yeah.
So that's the update for Barrett Lake.
Cool.
And what's going on there. I don't know. I have some stuff. I have quite a few things to talk about, but
well, why don't you start, because you have mainly truck stuff to talk about. And this is a truck show.
Okay.
And then I'll move on to some travel updates and very, very minor truck stuff.
Okay. While you were gone, I got quite a few different little things done.
Okay. Congratulations.
I know. I was excited. I've been doing the work like in the mornings. So I'll start working on it and stuff at like 9 a.m. and then stop by 11 or noon kind of thing.
Understood.
So I got my transfer case output redone.
Oh, so you pulled it apart and then put the RCV.
Yep.
Not an RCV. Yeah. RTV on it and then slammed it back together.
Yep. Put the RTV on the splines, put it back together. While I had it out, I took kind of a close look at everything, and it looks like there is a groove wearing into the the flange shaft.
Oh,
That's the seal surface.
yeah.
From the seal. So I was like, I don't have another one of these to put in a new one. So I'm just going to put this one back in and see if putting the RTV in the splines fixes it. And so I did that, put it all back together, driving it around, and it seems like it's still just barely seeping out of the rear output.
Okay.
So I think that the seal is wearing that groove or into the surface, the seal surface.
Yeah.
So I think it might be time to put in a new output flange.
Right.
So,
And new seal probably.
And yeah, I mean, that seal, I put a new one in, but it's going to need another one with, that. So that's probably going to be on my to-do list, but it's leaking low enough that it's not really a concern anymore. So doing the RTV and the splines definitely it has to be done. I thought that there was enough left over in there for it, but and it wasn't like RTV. It was almost like a really, really thick grease, like dry. I don't know what it was. I don't know what he used to do that.
Okay.
But it wasn't RTV. It was something else that was still a gelatinous form when I took it all out. That's why I was like, I've never seen this before. Maybe it's designed because it's still gelatinous. Yeah. To put it back in, just slam it back in. So I did that and it didn't work. So RTV your splines on your outputs, everybody.
There you go. PSA of the day.
Yep. So that's working again. I'll probably wait. I don't know when I'll redo it, but sometime in the future here.
Okay.
I got that done.
Nice.
I also got new tires on the dually. I don't know if I did talk about that.
No, I don't think. Well, I don't remember it. So, but you did get some Yokohamas.
I did. So I wanted to. The dually is the work truck, right?
Yes. So I think you talked about. Now I'm thinking about it. You talked about that you were going to get them, but you never talked about them getting installed.
Correct. Yeah.
Okay.
That was my recollection as well. So I got the Yokohama all-terrain commercial tire.
Correct.
Which I thought was pretty cool. I wasn't expecting them to have a commercial all-terrain, and what it's designed for, it's designed for work trucks that go into job sites that are not developed yet. Yeah, right?
Makes sense.
So that could be forestry trucks. That could be job site, your regular construction job sites, etc. And they have a much thicker sidewall and a much harder compound in the tires, so that it can withstand longer road mileage with a heavier vehicle.
Yeah.
As well as withstand tire punctures due to nails, screws, metal, random pieces of metal that get left over job sites.
Yeah.
So I was like, that's pretty sweet. I want to try these out. So I ordered them up, put them on the dually, and then they've been awesome so far. Ryan, my production MF for Ryan, went and took the truck and trailer and his 4Runner down to Moonlight Madness.
Oh, yeah.
Because Morphlate is sponsoring Moonlight Madness now. So he went down there and did the long drive with the tires, and he said they were awesome.
Oh, good. Good to hear.
So, so report back, initial reports on the Yokohama commercial grade all-terrains. So far, a great tire.
They look good too.
Yeah.
They look small on your truck.
Yeah.
Even though they're the same size as what you put on there. And it's just a ratio of tire to truck that doesn't look right, but the appearance of the tire looks good. They look, they're aggressive looking for a commercial all-terrain.
And so ever since you and I were talking about that when we were taking a look at the tires when I first put them on, and then I've seen other like 2023, 2024 F350 dualies driving around town, and I'll take a look at them. They still have the stock wheels and tires on them. And I'm like, yeah, looking at them closer, even those kind of look small in the fender well. Like it never bugged me. It never looked out of place really. But now that I'm really focusing on it, I'm like, yeah, they do kind of look small in those fender wells. Like it should be bigger tires.
I agree.
But with the over aggressive look of these all-terrains, it's like your eyes are drawn to them now rather than the truck being the centerpiece. The tires are drawing your attention. And that's when you're like, yeah, those don't look like they're big enough, but I think it's just the tire size that Ford put on them. So moving forward, once I wear out these tires, I will probably end up ordering the same tires in a bigger size.
Yes.
So
I can see that.
Yeah. But while Ryan was down at Moonlight Madness, essentially what he did was he parked the truck for 2 weeks at Shaver Lake in the Shaver Lake area,
Okay.
Dinky Creek, and then put a tarp over it while he was down there for the 2 weeks.
Okay.
And then he took his 4Runner and used that as the get-around vehicle and set up his tent on the deck over trailer.
Oh, really?
Which I thought was pretty funny. I was like, clever. It's a nice flat. You don't have rocks to worry about underneath you, etc.
As long as you can lash it down.
Exactly. So, anyways, when everything came back, I'm really sensitive to heat. And so I'm driving the truck around. I'm like, man, there is no airflow coming out of the vents in this truck. And the F-350 dually, I mean, it has a big cab, right?
Yes.
And there's a lot of dash space in there. So there's usually a lot of extra creature comforts, and the stuff works really well that's inside that dash.
Yes.
So like I'm used to there being a lot of airflow because it has a big old blower motor in the dash, right? And there was like no airflow coming out. And I'm like, what the fuck is going on?
Yeah.
Like even on, so it's a 1 through 8 settings on your fan speeds.
Okay.
So even at like 4, which is halfway, you could barely feel any air coming out like at all. And even at like 6 or 7 out of 8 speed, it wasn't enough airflow to cool off the cab.
Interesting.
I'm like, what the hell is going on? Like, why all of a sudden I'm like, did the blower motor go out on this thing? I was like,
Is
it's only
air filter clogged.
That's what I'm like, we have taken this to quite a few dirty. It's been to Hammers a couple times now. Was it a couple times now?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, a couple times been to Hammers. It's been to Trail Hero. It's now been out to Shaver Lake for a week. It's been to Sierra Trek. Like they're all very dusty events, dirty events. I'm like, maybe the cabin filter's just clogged or I was like, I was like, it can't be the blower motor because I can hear it working away. Like it's making a lot of noise in the dash. I'm like, the blower motor's on, but just no air's coming out the vent. So it's got to be a filter thing. And then I called up Ford and I was like, hey, just curious, this isn't working right. And I paid for the comprehensive, the big boy warranty on the truck. Like, is that covered under, would this, whatever diagnostics happen? He goes, well, you're due for a maintenance as well. And I was like, okay, but like, how much is that going to cost? He goes, oh no, the maintenance is in your warranty plan. And I was like, oh, that was smart of me. That's nice. Okay. So they're like, well, yeah, we'll come over. We'll pick up the truck, take it back. We'll do the maintenance on it and then see if it's still not working properly. It sounds like it's probably just gonna be a cabin filter issue. But we'll take a look at it. And if once we do the maintenance, it's still not working, then we'll diagnose it and see if it's a warranty issue.
All right.
And so they took it and then they sent me a video of the cabin filter. Something got in there and tore the cabin filter apart.
Really?
So all the cotton material that's typically in the filter was no longer in the filter. And it was in this giant ball nest like thing. Like it was in the process of making a nest.
Yeah.
When they pulled it out. It's pretty, I'll have to show you the image. Maybe we could make this as a thumbnail picture. But I was like, oh, yep. That would block all 100% of the airflow trying to come out of the blower motor into the cab. So, yeah, it was pretty comical. I was like, yes, that would definitely be an airflow issue.
Wow. So while it sat there for a week, something crawled into the motor area, into the air venting, and all the way up to the cabin filter.
Yep.
And then started to build a nest. And then at some point it got out.
I'm guessing it got out, and I'm hoping that Ryan drove away while it was out.
Yeah.
Otherwise, we'll see after a couple more weeks here if I start getting a dead rodent smell in the truck.
Yeah. Or another cabin filter that doesn't blow air through.
Exactly right. Yeah.
I had a small funny story similar to that when I was working on Bobcat to get it ready for to go out on the Rubicon, just for Rubathon, before Rubathon. I was doing a bunch of work, on my steering, but one of the things I needed to do was, in the process of all that, I was moving around my battery, and there was a bunch of twigs next to my battery.
Okay.
I'm like, what is this?
That's just like a spacer to help keep your battery from moving around.
Yeah, right.
That's what it is.
And so I completely took the bracketry off my battery and slid the battery to a side, and I started digging through there. I'm like, crap. Did something make a nest in here? Like, what happened? Because it just sort of sits in the yard, throughout time until I use it every once in a while. And I'm digging through it, and it wasn't a rodent. I think it was a bird.
Really?
Yeah. The way the nest was made, it wasn't like a cave style. It was more of like a nest for a bird. Okay. It's like open on the top.
Yeah.
So a bird was flying into the engine and made a nest between the fender and my battery.
Oh, wow. Yeah.
And I was like, how funny is that? Because it had a bunch of soft fabrics and feathers and stuff in there. Okay. And so I just... Sorry, birdie. I just pulled that apart, and
it's not a good spot for you to be in.
No. And so, I had a nest in Bobcat.
Nice. Good times. Yeah. If you're storing a vehicle, letting it sit around for apparently 2 weeks or more, it's double check it every once in a while.
Right.
So that's the update on the dually.
Okay.
So some cool, fun stuff going on there. I got in my Carnage welder.
Ooh.
So I ordered up a Carnage welder, and the really nice thing about the Carnage is just the convenience, right? So there's generally 3 different trail welders that I like to support, and they're 3 different categories, and they're kind of industry leaders right now in those categories. There's the Premier Power Welder, which is alternator welder. That it runs off of your vehicle's engine. There's an alternator and a whole power box that you plug your leads into, and it's stick welder.
Correct.
It's a very expensive setup. But in my opinion, it's the most, functional setup, because it runs on your vehicle. As long as your alternator is powered, which I've had issues with that in the past. And you have fuel for your vehicle.
Yeah.
Then you'll be able to weld stuff, right? And repair whatever you want. And the nice thing about stick welding is you have multiple processes available to you. There's multiple rods. You can do aluminum welding on a trail with a stick welder if you need to.
Yes.
So there's multiple processes to do. You can do cast, you can do regular steel, you can do chromoly, you can do aluminum. There's multiple different things you can do with stick welding. The problem is that anything you weld has to be within 10 feet of your vehicle.
Yeah.
That's
Understood.
The issue I've had with Premier. And it's expensive, right? It could be outside of a lot of people's budgets. The other option on the trail is Carnage. And the Carnage solves the issue of having to be within 10 feet of your vehicle.
Right.
It's a suitcase. You can take it anywhere you want. It deploys in 30 seconds. It's really impressive. Like, it's just, in my opinion, if you're looking for convenience, Carnage is the best convenient option.
I agree.
By far. I think they beat out anybody else for convenience. And that was what sold me on getting one after the Rubathon trip, because I was like, yeah, I can pull out, and I was like starting to dig out all my welding gear from in the rig. I had to pull everything out of the vehicle to get to my welding gear. And I was like, I got to pull out the leads, got to pull out the stick rods, set those up, train somebody on how to operate the RPMs of the truck while I'm welding. By the time that I had like my leads out of my bag, Nick had his Carnage opened and set up and ready to go already. And I was like, yeah, you can't really beat that. And he didn't have to have his vehicle up next to mine.
Sure.
Right.
Right.
So I was like, that's hard to beat.
Yeah.
And then the other really nice thing is that if you're sitting at camp and people are walking around camp, as happens quite often, saying, hey, does anybody got a welder? Hey, how are you guys tonight? Yeah, you guys doing good? How's your trip? Oh, hey, do you guys got a welder?
Right.
Do you guys know how to weld?
Yeah.
You can just be like,
you have any beer?
Yeah, you got a 6-pack of beer. I'll trade you a 6-pack of beer for a welder for a little bit. You can just hand them the suitcase.
Yeah.
And be like, bring it back when you're done, dude.
Yeah.
You no longer are tied to having to know how to do it, because it's a flux core MIG welder, right? So
yeah, you're no longer tied to have to do it.
Exactly.
Like, you could just, it's a normal welder.
Mm-hmm.
Here you go.
Yep. And the other really nice thing about it is that it's a normal handle trigger system on the welder too,
Mhm.
right? So with a spool gun, you have this big old your reel of material of
Wire.
welding
wire.
welding wire is on the gun with you, so it's a little hard to get into places. That's the other benefit of stick welding, is that you can bend your rod to get into different tight places.
Sure.
Right.
The drawback, though, to a Carnage is you're limited to the battery.
You're limited to the battery in the Carnage, and it's still expensive.
Yeah, it is.
You're still looking close to the price of a Premier.
Yes. It's less than a Premier.
It's less than a Premier overall, but I mean, you're still over the $1,000 mark
Yes.
on them. So I think they're about $1,200
Okay.
for Carnage.
Yeah. But the convenience factor is top notch.
It beats. Yeah. You're paying for the convenience with a Carnage,
Absolutely.
whereas with the Premier, you're paying for the overall functionality, right? And the different process and everything.
So the third
option
level
is the Bun Trail Welder.
Yep.
And it's a great price point. They're $300 to $400. The downside to it is it's a spool gun. So it's a little bit bigger. It's harder to get into places. And you have to pull your vehicle batteries to use it.
Correct.
So it's not as convenient, but you can still hand that off to somebody at camp and be like, here, pull your own batteries. Here's a spool gun, hook it all up, and go to town, bring it back when you're done.
Correct.
Right. You're not tied to the vehicle either. So you just have to carry around 2 vehicle batteries in order to do it.
Absolutely. So. And this is the cheapest option. So it's kind of I'm going to air quotes entry level for some of these things, right? Because if you're only need to carry around a spool gun and some leads or, battery connectors, that's, and a welding, I always mix it up, helmet or hood, whatever ways your
hood.
Yeah. Talk about it.
Yeah.
That's it. There's not a lot to carry around. It's a lot smaller of a package. It weighs less.
Yep.
And it's the cheap side of the welding options.
Yep.
So, it works, right? It
absolutely works. All 3 of them work great. They're all 3 awesome options to have. In my opinion, if you are doing any kind of off-roading out away from civilization, you should be carrying one of these items. Somebody in your group needs to have one of these items.
Right.
So pick one.
Why I wheel with you, Nick, or Hussman.
Exactly. If you're out wheeling, get one of these 3 welders. All 3 of them are awesome. All 3 of them are great companies to work with. Yeah. All 3 of them have amazing people behind the companies. Just depends on what you value, right? Do you value the full functionality of being able to do whatever you need? Then Premier's the way. If you're looking for convenience, ultimate convenience, Carnage is the way. And if you're looking for a nice budget item that fits within budget, what you can spend, what your group can spend, go with the Bun. So, but I got my Carnage in.
Nice.
And I wanted to test out the convenience factor of it, right?
Okay.
So I have a couple of small welding projects to do on the 4Runner. One of them is, I'm kind of embarrassed to say this, but I'm going to say it anyways because I like being made fun of. Ever since I got the suspension done, my rear coilover reservoirs have been zip tied to my panhard crossmember, my rear panhard crossmember.
Start over.
The coilover reservoirs
are zip tied to your panhard
crossover.
Oh, got it. Yes.
So the panhard bar, the bracket for the panhard kind of sticks down from the frame a little bit. It's not just the bracket welded to the frame. There's a cross member there that kind of helps support everything and reinforce the frame at the point of the panhard, right?
Correct. Yes.
So my reservoirs have just been zip tied to the round dom tubing that's spread there between the frame.
Right.
The cross member. Yep. So I've never done brackets for those or anything. They've just been zip tied up there. And it's always been one thing that I'm like, I really need to make those better. I need to secure those better. And so finally I ordered up the
hose clamps.
Hose clamp them to the cross member.
Yeah.
No, I finally ordered up remote reservoir brackets from Rough Stuff. And welded those to the cross member.
Nice.
Using the Carnage welder.
Okay.
because the Forerunner sits. I don't like doing welding in my driveway.
Yeah.
Because it's just a big angle, and it sucks to try and have to hold yourself upright on this angle while trying to weld. And so I just keep the Forerunner down in the street.
You need some 31s.
I need some 31s, or I need to let all the air out of the tires, which I should do, but then I have to clear.
Yeah. But if you put 31s on the rear and you would reverse up into your driveway.
I don't even know if that would, I would need to get some but
then that would solve some of the, you would be laying at an angle, but your truck would be flatter so that you would wouldn't have to lift your head as high.
That's not the problem. The problem is sitting at the angle. I need a chair with offset legs is what I need so that the chair sits level.
Okay.
Anyway, so in order to weld on the Forerunner, I have to take my Miller 251 down the driveway out to the street.
Yeah.
And I have it on this long RV extension cable anyways that can handle the amp load over that much distance.
Sure.
So it's not that big of a deal, but I was like, I have a carnage welder now. I just carry the suitcase down there.
Mm-hmm.
And it'll give me a chance to dial in the carnage welder and get the wire speed figured out and all that. So I did that.
Okay.
Welded on my little reservoir brackets, and played with the carnage welder at the same time. And I was like, this is nice to be able to just pick up your welder and move it wherever you need to really quick. So, yeah, got that done.
Nice.
Let's see.
And it welded fine. It welded great.
Welded great. It took me a second to adjust the wire speed.
Yeah.
So, but once I got that adjusted, welding nice. Welding great. Okay. So it burns hot, man.
Yeah.
So,
well, flux is hotter anyways.
Mm-hmm.
So for the most part, so you could turn it down a little bit and it'll still burn.
Well, you can't turn down the power.
Okay.
With the way you turn down the power on a carnage is use up the power.
Yeah.
Use up the power so there's less battery voltage.
Got it. So when it's full, it's
it burns hot.
And the thing is, it's a lithium battery, right?
No, there are AGMs in there.
Okay, so they'll drain slower, power comes out a little slower.
Yep.
So there's a little bit of a learning curve there for when it's full versus draining out.
Yep.
Okay.
And those brackets, those reservoir brackets, are only I don't know, 1/8 thick.
Yeah.
So with flux core, it just melts the bracket. So I had to be really careful about staying more on the cross member and then kind of just sweeping the puddle barely up into the bracket rather than getting the arc on the bracket itself.
Understood.
Yeah. So that was fun. Carnage worked awesome.
Good.
It was nice to be able to just be like, yeah, I can take that down. So I think for small projects, I'm just going to continue doing that.
Cool.
If there's a structural thing that needs to get done, then I'll pull the big welder out and carry it down to the street and wheel it down there. So,
and Carnage does make a spool gun, right? Do they have a spool gun option for?
I don't know if they do actually, because one of the big points of Carnage and why he did it was he wanted to have no spool gun.
Okay.
So the other thing I did was I had an exhaust leak, and I talked about finding it.
Right.
So I pulled the exhaust off of the vehicle and took it to do a bench weld on it because that one, it was on top of the exhaust, right? So I'm like, well, I'll just go to the bench and we'll use the Miller. It'll be nice having gasless because exhaust is thinner material.
Very thin.
And you need to be much more careful about welding it. So I used the big boy welder and I had to, as I was pulling it off and kind of inspecting it, it was a much bigger crack than what I was thinking it was.
Interesting. Okay.
It went almost about 80% of the way around the exhaust, the pipe, and was spider webbing out in a couple directions.
Or is it a tube?
Tube pipe. Pipe is for poop, so it's a tube. So anyways, I took it and it's at the bend of the pipe of the tube as well, the exhaust. So when I had it on the bench, I was able to take the bend and just completely open it all the way up.
Dang.
I was like, all right, yeah, that's not good. That's much bigger than I thought it was.
Yeah.
So I put the exhaust kind of bent back together. So everything was back together. The crack was up against itself, closed.
Yeah.
And tack welded it at the bend and the inside the bend. And then I took and drilled holes. So what happened was when I I think what happened is when I welded the bungs for the O2 sensors, I got it really hot because I had to do it twice. Because the first time I welded the bungs on, and then when going through the referee for the 3-4 swap, they said because I was using a larger diameter exhaust, the O2 sensor had to be sat down into the tube more so that the O2 sensor was able to reach the center of the exhaust. So I had to cut out the bungs, recess them, and weld them back in. And so it all got really hot, and I don't think I let it cool down properly, because I was getting heat cracks. I keep getting heat cracks from that are spider webbing from that O2 sensor bung.
Interesting.
And so this was another heat crack that started along one of the welds from the previous exhaust leak repair.
Got it.
And that was spider webbing from one of the welds. And so everything that I'd been welding up until that point for this exhaust leaks scenarios and from the bungs, everything, was running beads.
Sure.
And it gets hot and it's thin material.
Yep.
So this time I was like, you know what? I'm going to drill out all the ends of these spider webs. So there was 4 drill holes I had to do. And then I filled it with a tack weld. And then instead of running a bead, I would tack weld. So
a series
of tack welds for the bead.
Doesn't your miller do that? Isn't there a setting for
Not mine.
Series of tack welds?
No. Not mine. The new millers do have that setting.
Okay.
But mine does not. It's an older one.
Okay.
So I just did that. I did series of tack welds rather than running a full bead.
Letting it cool.
So letting it cool for 5-10 seconds before running the next tack.
Got it.
So I did that, put the exhaust back on, and it's all fixed. It's quiet again.
Cool.
Well, quieter than it was. It's still kind of a loud exhaust, which I like, but it was back to normal. And then I went and smogged the vehicle.
Oh, yeah. And
I
needed to fix that first. Yeah.
Yep,
Okay.
Yep. And I'm proud to say that I'm still passing smog just fine.
Good. Yeah. I was curious. I was thinking to myself, man, he's going to need to smog it soon.
Mm-hmm.
So that's good to hear that everything that you've done up until this point is now still California compliant.
Yep.
Right.
So
you took it in and they're like, yep, they probably did a OBD2 test with it and everything was still great. So that's awesome.
Yep. So when I did the original 3-4 swap, we got it all California legal. And I was like, this is not a hard process to do, guys. It just requires you to pay attention to what you're doing.
Right.
And I wanted to prove that. And I did. I got a California legal swap, 3-4 swap. And then I had 1 round of smog and that passed. So that told me that.
And that was right during the swap process, right?
That was after.
During the swap, when you do the swap, you need to get it smogged to final version, right?
Correct. That's part of the bar process.
Yeah.
But I had another round of smog since then. So it was 2 years after that. And then this was my second round.
Shit, we've been 4 years since
4 years. Yeah.
I guess we've been on air for 6. So that somewhat makes sense. Okay.
Yeah. Right. So, and looking at it, it's kind of funny because the big thing with smog emission standards in California, well, really for a smog test, is reading your output emissions on your NOx and your O2. Right. And so when I did the first round, so at 2 years after the swap, I was measuring the NOx. So at about 20%.
Okay.
Roughly.
Is that good or bad?
It's just, it passes. So it's whatever.
Okay.
So I'm trying to gauge as to how long the catalytic converter is going to last, right?
Yeah,
That's what my goal of looking at this is. And so now we're at 4 years and it's at roughly 50% passing.
Oh. Okay.
So it's passing within a 50% margin of the accepted, allowance.
So you went up 30% though.
So I went up 30%. Yep.
So you got maybe 2 more years.
So I'm thinking I've got, 1 more round of smog.
Yeah. And then
the next round is where I'll need to redo the cat and put a new cat in, which is about right. 8 to 10 years is what a typical catalytic converter lasts on a vehicle.
Okay.
And so that would be the 8-year mark.
Right.
I think is when it's looking at the catalytic is going to need to get a new one.
Nice. Good. So, my only 2 cents on that is replace it before you go fail.
Yeah.
Because if you fail, at least here in California, right? If you fail once,
you get flagged.
You get put in a gross polluter category, and you have to go in for a bunch of years, like 1 year segments instead of 2 years.
Yep.
So yeah, check, make sure that you're going to be fine by just swapping out that cat.
Yep. And the early model catalytic converters, and the reason why I smogged it specifically as a 98 Tacoma is that it uses the earlier model catalytic converters. They're only like $150, $200
Nice
on Amazon.
Okay.
So you can get a California compliant OBD2 catalytic converter for that truck for about $150, $200.
Sweet.
So I'm thinking about, and when I do for the next smog, just swapping the catalytic converter out. That way I don't risk being at 75, 80%. And maybe I ran rich for a while and I clogged the catalytic more, or maybe as catalytics get clogged, they get clogged faster kind of thing. So
could be.
I'm thinking about $200 to avoid getting put into the gross polluter category. Like you mentioned, I might just do it before the next one.
Maybe that might be smart,
but I'm happy to say that if you just pay attention, you can do a 3/4 swap just fine in California. It's not a hard process. You just have to pay attention.
Sure.
Anyways, that was the follow up from the exhaust and the smog. Cool. So,
well, congratulations.
And then the last thing I have to report on today, is we've had the Lexus for a month and a half now.
Yeah.
And since I did that big trip, the road trip to Fresno and back,
and almost killed you. Yeah.
And almost killed me. That one. We haven't put gas in the Lexus again, and we've only used about 1/8 of a tank.
Yeah.
So I'm kind of like what you said about your parents getting concerned about having old gas in there. I'm kind of like, well, we need to swap this back over to regular hybrid, and so we can use the fuel in it now.
Yeah.
But I have my fuel costs for the first month and a half.
Okay. Fuel versus electric.
Well, what it costs me to run the car.
Yes.
So $10
total.
Yep.
For the month and a half.
Mm-hmm.
So
well,
you're like
excluding the road trip. So normal usage of the car of what we use it for typically.
Wow. So
$10.
Is that including how much your electrical bill went up?
That's the electric bill.
Yeah. So when your electric bill went up $10.
Yep.
For the month.
Uh-huh.
That's impressive.
Right? So I think...
and are you sure that's not because it's hot season and you're running your air conditioner more?
So
right?
That's a good question, right? I didn't compare rates. I did compare the kilowatt hour usage.
Yeah.
And our usage has gone up a little bit from looking at the same series of months 1 year back and 2 years back.
Okay.
So I am comparing historical data to be like,
got it.
I'm not just like, oh yeah, our month went up from June to May or whatever.
Yeah. May to June.
Mm-hmm.
Right. Sure. So you're comparing June of 2025 to 2024 and 2023.
Exactly.
Got it.
So that's what I'm comparing.
And when did you put in the heat pump?
The new system, the HVAC, I want to say that was mid last year.
Okay. So which would be right about this time,
roughly this time. Yeah.
So
no, it was 2023.
Was it?
When I put it
okay.
in.
So 2023 to 2024 might still be the same unit as 24 to 25.
Correct.
Okay. So so 23 to 24 was pretty comparable, and 24 to 25 went up $10.
Yep.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
Yeah. So just for fun, shits and giggles here, my parents have yet to put gas in their car.
Yeah.
They're still, the dealership filled up the tank when they bought the car.
Yeah.
And I don't know when that was, but it's within a year.
Uh-huh.
And they have yet to put gas in it.
Yeah. Yep. It's fine. I was like, well, we'll see if our electric costs go up and it's actually kind of worthwhile doing this. And it turns out, if you're driving less than 35 miles a day, a plug-in hybrid is a really nice way to go. Right. It's a really nice way.
Yeah, I think so too. Granted, my parents have two vehicles. They have a CRV that's not a hybrid or anything or electric at all. And if they're going to go on a longer trip, they take that car.
Okay.
So they primarily are using the Prius Prime as just an around the town thing. And my father said when it comes time to fill up the gas, he's only going to put in an eighth of a tank.
Yeah, I'm like, I need to swap it over to hybrid and just use up the fuel and then put a quarter tank in.
They make like stable. They make stabilizers for gasoline. They make, and be careful because they also make fuel stabilizers for gasoline and fuel stabilizers for diesel, and they're different styles. Okay. So, but they make a fuel stabilizer. Yeah. So you can just add that into your tank.
We may have to.
Yeah.
So, yeah, in a month and a half, we've used an eighth of a tank. Really?
Yeah, that's awesome.
It's cool.
And you went up $10 in your electrical bill.
Yeah. And granted, I'm on SMUD, which is a nonprofit electrical company. Yeah. Right. Community owned nonprofit electrical company, which is very different from how they do business compared to PG&E.
Yep. That's what I'm on.
So if you're on PG&E, your results may vary, and it may actually be cheaper for you to do gasoline. But with California increasing the gas tax by 62 cents here soon. It should have been July 1st, but it seems like it hasn't really hit the retail price yet.
Yeah.
I think gas stations are still running their inventory reserves. I'm guessing they all filled up like June 30th.
Maybe.
So that they could hold off the gas tax as long as they could. But
That's what I did.
Yeah.
I went and filled up my tanks on almost all my vehicles.
Yeah. So anyways, plug-in hybrids. If you're driving a few miles a day, they're great. So yeah, especially if your electric company is a good electric company. That's all I got. So that's all my updates.
Cool. Yeah, you did a lot.
I had a lot of fun updates. So yeah,
there you go. Good. I'm gonna do a brief summary of my Hawaii trip.
Okay.
I brought you back something.
Okay.
But I wanted to, we haven't started it yet, but I think I'll semi-promote it. We're starting sort of a family blog channel. Primarily going to be blog centric, like places we go, things we did, activities that happened. But we're going to do some podcasting side of that as well. Yeah. So I'm going to take the board when I leave. Okay. That too. Anyways, we started an Instagram account. I've started a YouTube account. So the website is live, even though it's shit right now, cause I'm in the process of building it. So don't expect anything to be there. Even the homepage has different fonts at different sizes, and it only says 5 words on it. So if you go there at the moment, it's nothing at the moment. It's just a raw starting website. Yeah. But the name is Jay's Jaunts. JAESJAUNTS. Jay's Jaunts. Okay. It's Jay's is the first letter of my family. So J.
It's an acronym. It's the acronym for the first names.
Yep, for our 3 names. My brother started that because his acronym is TAG for his family, and we're like, hey, wait, we're Jay. So. That's how we sign our Christmas cards and stuff, or our Christmas presents. Okay, from Jay, and then we know who. We don't have to write out all the names. Yep. So, anyways, yeah, Jay's Jaunts Instagram. Maybe I'll put everything down in the show notes. But we're gonna do probably a day by day podcast and blog of what we did. Okay. So, that'll come out sometime. Nice. It's a hobby of going to be a hobby of ours. And so I'm not in a time rush on any of it. We did record, which is now about a year ago. We recorded a 2-hour long episode on Ireland that I went on last year. And so we're going to do that on Jay's Jaunts too.
Nice.
This is also, I think, the thing that we're going to try out strictly on Spotify first.
Okay.
And, to see how the numbers for our podcasting host work. Yeah. So there's a few things happening here, but anyways, so I'll do a summary here. If you want to go more in depth about our trip or follow along with things that we've done with my family, go over to Jay's Jaunts, follow it, and stuff will happen sooner or later.
Nice.
More likely a little later.
Okay.
But we had a good time. We went to Hawaii for 8 days. We left on Monday, came home on Monday. We went to the Big Island. We were we stayed in Kona the entire time, which is on the dry side of the island. Hilo is on the wet side of the island.
Okay.
We went to just do like a small family vacation, but it turned out to be the perfect time to catch the volcano erupting.
Oh yeah.
We were watching it on their live stream, and they have like on the USGS National Parks like website, it had like activity and their estimated time of eruptions and everything. And so we landed on Monday, and it said the best day to go was going to either be Tuesday or Wednesday. And so we and usually eruptions last from 6 to 8 hours. So we were kind of like, well, let's wake up on Tuesday, see if it's happening, and then make our decision. And so Tuesday, it didn't happen. It didn't erupt in the morning. And we watched it for the majority of the day. So we had planned, okay, well, now let's go Wednesday. And it started erupting at like 4 a.m. on Wednesday. And as soon as we woke up, we're like, it's going, like, let's go. So we had about a 2-hour drive to Volcano National Park. And there was a line of cars to get into the park. So it took us about 3 hours to get there, but we caught it just at the end for the most part. We got there about noon. We walked around, it was just like splurting lava out of this caldera. I don't know what you call it, the volcano crater. Yeah. Just in the center of it, just lava's flying up, and it was estimated 300 to 1,000 feet of height. Yeah. And we were a ways away. Like you could hear it, but you couldn't feel it. And we were on the leeward side of the wind, so there was no smell or anything. Okay. So it was actually a really perfect spot. Yeah. There was a few viewing points. We went to the first one, the closest one, and we watched it for a little while. And then we hiked to the second one and watched it. And then when we drove to another one, it had stopped. Okay. And so we're like, oh, okay, cool. But Volcano Park is really cool. It's got this one called like Crater Drive or Volcano Drive or something like that. And it's a 9-mile from the freeway out to the ocean. Okay. And it's just like volcano after volcano after volcano after like lava flow after lava flow after lava flow. And you just drive all the way down to the ocean where there's a cliff a few hundred, maybe 100 or so feet down into the ocean. And when I was there in the early 90s, like maybe like 92, lava was flowing all the way down the mountain. Off the cliff into the ocean. Off the cliff into the ocean. That'd be cool. And we were there to witness that. And that was really neat. And then this year we were there to witness the lava spurting out of the caldera, which was really kind of cool as well. The mini assistant has never seen anything like this. So that she was like, what is going on? Like, she's heard of lava, knows volcanoes. And, and actually it was funny because we had to tell her like, no, it's safe for us to visit it. Yeah. Right. It's not going to explode. It's not going to be throwing chunks of rock everywhere. Because that's all you ever hear about with like, oh, volcanoes erupting. Like, why are we going to that? It was like, it's not really a big eruption. It's just this small section that's popping off. So that was really neat to kind of show her that. And like, we had binoculars and a camera that could zoom in really big. So we could see like lava rolling down the side of the hill. Oh, cool. And it was really neat. The rest of the time we kind of snorkeled and hung out in the water. We did one day where we went to the Hilo side and did some activities over on that side. They have a rainforest zoo over there that's pretty neat because it's a rainforest on that side. So they had a lot of rainforest animals and animals of the islands. And then they had some like tigers, and they had some bear cats, which are from like India, which I've never seen. They're like 2 to 3 feet long and look like a small black bear, but have like a cat face. it was kind of interesting.
I'm picturing like a Tasmanian devil.
Actually, that's probably pretty close. But Tasmanian devils are tiny.
They're tiny, yeah.
But
compact.
so this is a big Tasmanian devil.
Oh my God.
Yeah,
that'd be terrifying.
It was pretty neat. They were sleeping when we were there.
Okay.
We went through or into some lava tubes, which are pretty fun. We did some hiking into that. My dad is claustrophobic, so he stayed back. And yeah, so that it was pretty neat. It was a good time. We went to Kona Brewing and hung out there, and I underestimated Kona Brewing.
Okay.
I've been there before, and wait, no, I've had their beers before. I've never been there because they make longboard.
Yep.
They make big wave, which we can get here pretty easily. But they had like 25 beers.
Yeah.
I'm like, wait a second. Like these are the only two that we ever can get. And so they had a whole bunch of beers that you could get at the brewery and on island. Unfortunately, they aren't canned and you can't get them like
anywhere else.
Even there, they weren't selling them. Like,
wow.
Like they were just kegged and sent all over the island.
Yeah.
And so you could get like a draft beer, but they were never canned. So like I brought home like 4 beers. They only sold you a 6-pack. So I brought home a 6-pack home to give to my brother, but it's 4 styles.
Okay.
And like I could have done 6, but there was the big wave and the longboard, which we can get. So I was like, no, I don't want to.
Yeah.
I don't need those. You can get those anywhere. Another place we went that was really cool was Kona Coffee.
Okay.
Which is world known coffee place. And then we went to another spot called Greenwell Coffee, I think it was called. And they actually they were kind of one of the pioneers of the Kona region coffee. They were the ones that went to I think they went to some really big show in New York or somewhere and entered coffee, and that they won like all the golds and, best coffee of the year or whatever it was. And that's what put Kona Coffee on the map.
Okay.
Some small interesting facts about Kona Coffee. They grow 800 feet above sea level to 2,500 feet above sea level in that bar. And they get an estimated 60 inches of rain a year.
Holy crap.
In that bar on the Kona side of the island. Yeah. So, they talked about all the steps of making coffee at both of the places. And they talked about, what they do with like the shell of the coffee.
Okay.
The husk of the coffee. And apparently the husk of the coffee has caffeine in it. And it has a bunch of antioxidants and a bunch of like nutrients and things like that. And they just use it for fertilizer on the plantation primarily. But one company takes them and makes gummies out of them.
Okay.
And so I brought you I think it's called tincture.
Tink, your daily brain boost.
Yeah. And so I think there's 30 gummies in there. I think the bag says it has 3,000 milligrams of caffeine.
It says 3,000 milligram coffee fruit extract. I don't know if that means caffeine.
Yeah. I don't know.
30. It doesn't say how much caffeine. Tinks are made with our natural patented coffee fruit extract, and 5 human clinical studies have been shown to stimulate the production of brain-derived neurotrophic factor, a key neuroprotein involved in overall brain health. Tinks gummies have been shown to improve these things. Calories, carbs, sugar, additional sugar, coffee fruit extract, coffee Arabica, 100 milligrams.
Yeah. So, I mean, that would make sense.
I don't know. Does that mean it's 100 milligrams of caffeine
per gummy?
Okay.
Yeah.
Cool.
Plus benefits for your dome.
Yeah. So your typical cup of coffee in the morning, 8-ounce cup of coffee, has about 60 milligrams of caffeine.
60 to 80, depending on what you have.
So these are 1.5 equivalent of 1.5 cups of coffee.
Yep.
Sweet.
Yeah. So, and it's got some benefits.
Yeah.
So, and they're tasty,
really?
Which is kind of a benefit because I bought a bag for you, and then my dad's like, "You bought a bag? Let's try them." I'm like, "No, I bought these for Tyler," and he was like, "Oh." So then he went out and he bought a bag so that we could try them.
Gotcha.
So, but yeah, they're good, and they're tasty, and they're fun. So they're really it's a benefit, I think, because you get your
those are tasty.
caffeine. And so you just gotta be careful not to drink or eat a bunch of them because
like 10 of them and then drink coffee.
Yeah, right. But they're super tasty. They have benefits for your health, and they have caffeine in them.
Sorry, I just broke my cardinal rule of eating while on a microphone. And these are good. These are tasty. I want to eat more of them, but I'm kind of like, I don't want to have a heart attack. So,
I know that is part of the bummer.
Yeah, that's a really good.
But it's sort of like
these reminds me of
have one at like noon, or something, just to give you a little bit of another boost and some mental clarity or whatever.
Yeah,
So that's
nice.
That was a fun thing I saw.
Sweet.
You might be interested
Thank
in.
you. I'm interested.
Yeah,
I like caffeine.
Yeah, absolutely. Not a whole lot else to report. I mean, we had a great trip. It was fun showing the mini assistant the island. She's never been to the Hawaiian Islands. The assistant has been to Kauai, with me. And that was the only time that she's ever been to any of the islands. And we went in February of 2020.
Okay.
So like just before the pandemic. Yep. But that was because we went early February 2020, and then I think it was like March of 2020. I went to Antarctica, and then
you brought COVID back.
Maybe it was it was something like that. I don't think we were gone. I don't remember. They were really close to each other when I went to Antarctica too. So the assistant's only been now twice to the island. The mini assistant just went on our first trip, and the mini assistant's like, "Why don't we have a house here?" We're like, "Well, it's not cheap.
Nope, it's very expensive."
So, and gas is about the same price as California.
Really? Okay.
Food is about 3 times the price of California's.
Wow.
Yeah. Like we would go to the grocery store and our what we buy normally we bought breakfast and lunch supplies, and we went out to eat dinners, and our grocery bill was much higher for some of our basic meals that we eat. So yeah, that was pretty eye-opening. But yeah, not a whole lot to report. Snorkeling was fantastic. We had a lot of fun. I didn't do any surfing. Did very really ridiculous, stupid, small boogie boarding. The waves were horrible on the beach we went to, but the mini assistant wanted to do some boogie boarding, so I was throwing her into these beach breaks and I was trying to teach her to hold the board up so that you don't nosedive into the sand.
Yep.
And she was just having fun rolling around in the waves, and it didn't matter if she crashed or went on, but I was like, man, you're going to hurt yourself.
Yeah.
And so I did some body surfing, and that's when I think I came down on the sand on my sides a few times and wore my sunscreen off.
Yeah.
But yeah, we had a great time. Good experience. Fun to show the family, another island, and it was a relaxing, much needed, family vacation. So it was good.
So I have a question.
Okay. Ready?
It's in regards to trucks.
Yeah. Okay.
There's a culture in Hawaii, a truck culture, that is the way they build trucks out there is I don't get it. I don't understand it. And what it is it's kind of like no lift really. And it's just sticking your tires out as far as they can go from the vehicle.
Yeah.
Did you see much of that? What was your take on it? So were you able to talk to anybody about that? Cause I don't get it. I don't understand that there's a function for it. If it's just looks, and if it's just looks, awesome. I love modifying vehicles. And I think anybody, if you like the way a vehicle looks, you should modify it the way you want to do it.
Right.
I'm just curious where that started. Who started that trend and why?
I don't know. So I didn't see, there was a lot of that.
Okay.
There was a lot of the not a big lift and some really wide tires.
Mm-hmm.
There was some really big lift and stock tires.
What?
A 6 or 8 inch lift and a few inch body lift and then stock tires. And I saw that. I called it leg day.
I've seen a couple of those before. And usually when I see those, it's because if you put the bigger tires on it, then now they're outside of vehicle code on height.
Maybe.
And so they keep the small tires on it when they're driving around town to adhere to vehicle code. Then they put the big tires on for the meetups, the shows, the events, etc. But
yeah, I don't know.
Interesting. Yeah, they still look goofy as hell.
It looked stupid driving around town. And there was some that were lifted and had some bigger tires, but they poked way out.
Okay.
And so there was like this weird combo of that. But there was a lot of overland rigs out there. I mean, tons of Jeeps. I don't know what, like, I think Jeeps just trying, like, they're the rental option.
Okay.
Then blanket the rental option.
Okay.
And they're almost all stock.
Yeah.
And then you get the Toyota Tacomas and they're all modified.
Interesting.
And so I'm looking at it, and that's why my assumption is all the Jeeps are the rentals, and they just buy these fleets of Jeeps to give people 4x4 capability.
And then when it's done being rented, they sell them.
Maybe. But the locals buy the Toyota Tacomas and are modifying those into overlands.
Gotcha.
And we both sponsor a gentleman on the Big Island, and I was messaging him as Shaka Taco.
Yeah.
And I was like, hey, I'm on the Big Island. Like, I'm over in Kona. Like, where are you at? And he lives on South Point.
Mm-hmm.
Fun fact about area of South Point is that is the southernmost point of the United States.
Oh,
yeah.
Really?
Yeah. Below
Hawaii's down that far, I guess?
Hawaii's down that far. It's below the tip of Texas or below the tip of Florida. Yep. Okay. Way down there. And so there was a few places that we went. We never actually went to like South Point. But there's the turnoff of South Point has a few businesses on it. And one of them is like, this is the southernmost restaurant of the United States.
Wow.
And so we ate there.
Okay.
And the food was actually, it was really good.
Did they serve Southern food?
No, it was Hawaiian stuff. We had pizza. The meeting assistant and I split a pizza. Mm-hmm. We went to this bakery right there. That was fantastic. The Hawaiian sweetbreads and stuff. It was like, oh God, so good. But anyway, so, Nick, Shaka Taco, like he builds his Tacomas just like any of us kind of here in California, overland wise, you know, it's not as built up as some of those guys that are out on the Rubicon, you know, but he's probably on 35s and a moderate lift and then overland stuff. Okay. And I saw a lot of that.
Okay.
I think the culture I think it's just, it's a different group, right? You have the people that want the flashiness of a lifted truck. Yeah. Or you want the functionality of an overland. Okay. You know, or you want a lowered vehicle because they're in that kind of style. So I think it's just that they're morphing and trying to figure it out over there, I think. Okay. But there was a lot of, it's still majority is these lifted, moderately lifted, way out wide tires.
Okay. Cause like I understand the trend of the Brodozer trend, right?
It is. Yeah. It's like that with a mini truck.
Yeah. Subframe, big tires, everything's chromed out on your subframe, etc. Like I get that trend. It does look impressive.
Sure.
But I don't like the trend of no lift and just your tires sticking out of the vehicle. Yeah. It looks goofy. It looks out of place. It doesn't seem like it's functional at all.
Right. It's not.
And so I'm just kind of like, this is like the one vehicle trend that I'm so confused about. Like there's a lot of vehicle trends out there that I'm like, yeah, I don't agree with it, but more power to you, dude. You do you, man. Yeah. I don't get this one. I've always been like I want to talk to somebody about this truck culture. This is vehicle trend. Why?
Should have taken the mic. Yeah. We drove past a truck meetup and I was like, I need to go to that. Yeah. Like with the whole family and they're like, no, we're going to dinner. I'm like, oh, just drop me. Like I need to go to that. They're like,
you guys go to dinner. I'll be over here.
I'll meet you at the Thai restaurant. Yeah. So I don't know. I don't get it either. Yeah. I do feel that we had a like Chevy. I don't know what it was. It was a
Colorado.
No, it was an SUV, small 2-wheel drive SUV.
Traverse, maybe. I think those are 4-wheel drive.
Anyway. Regardless, it was a small SUV. It was so small that we couldn't fit all of our luggage in it, and the assistant had to carry the smallest suitcase on our lap when we went to the condo. And anyways, I felt that we needed 4-wheel drive on that. on the island. I felt that there was like, we would go to a beach and we couldn't park off on the side of the road because there was like a good drop off the road to the dirt. And there was a lot of scenarios like just like that. It was like, we could have parked so much closer if I had a 4-wheel drive vehicle that I would have been comfortable dropping off the road or pulling back onto the road and not having to stack rocks, to make sure I can get onto the road. So as much as I wouldn't have wanted a Jeep, I would have felt that some sort of 4-wheel drive would be very nice to have. So if you're going to the islands, that's my PSA, is just either get like an SUV or something. Just make sure it has 4-wheel drive, because there's going to be times that you're going to want it. Like if we were to go to South Point, there's actually a really cool spot on South Point that we didn't get to. So we want to go back eventually. And it has green sand. It's a green sand beach.
Interesting.
And it's a weird off-gassing sort of thing that lava will do. And it'll create sort of a green rock. And then the green rock has been broken down over time.
Yeah.
And there's only like 4 or 5 of these green sand beaches in the world. And South Point of Big Island of Hawaii has one.
There's a lot of rock features in Utah that are green rock features because of that same kind of thing where at some point there was volcanic activity in that area. The minerals from the volcanic activity settled into these spots where bodies of water were. And as that water evaporated and created the Great Basin, all that concentration of minerals created a green sediment layer, rock layer. So
yeah. And so to get to the green sand beach, you need 4-wheel drive. And if you don't have 4-wheel drive, you could hike
shuttles,
or there'll be people that will drive you down there that have 4-wheel drive vehicles.
4-wheel drive Uber for the beaches.
And they charge $20 a head.
A head?
Yeah.
Holy shit.
Yeah. So we're
kind of
like,
get that job.
I know, right? But I don't know how many people are paying for it. So Nick was kind enough to offer us to drive down to the green sand beach, but we never made it down there. So, but I wanted to look into, maybe if I go again sometime, I want to look into how much it might cost to ship my truck over. And not worry about a rental costs or insurances or any of that.
Shipping containers roughly $2,500.
Yeah. So it's still cheaper than to buy or to rent a vehicle. So we'll see. I don't know when we're going again. That my mom was talking about the next Black family trip to be on a cruise to Mexico. So we'll see what ends up happening next year or whatnot. But we had a great time. And like I said, we'll go more in depth on it with a blog and possibly a podcast on Jay's Jaunts.
Sweet.
Yeah.
Sounds fun.
Yeah, it was a lot of fun. It was nice to get away, good to relax. Man, that like some of the beaches we went to, you just like, you're sitting on the beach and going, this is absolutely beautiful.
Yeah.
You know, it's just, we're on a beach, found a sandy beach, which is odd on the Kona side because it's a lot of lava flow over there. And, you know, you're just looking up at the mountain or the hillside or the cliff that's kind of off of the beach. And it's just green and lush and gorgeous. And it's amazing. 2 small facts, I think, that are kind of interesting. I believe it's Mauna Loa, which is one of the 5 islands on the Big Island of Hawaii. Is if you measured it from the bottom of the mountain, which in this case is below sea level, so the bottom of the ocean.
Right. Gotcha. Yeah.
Right. Because
it goes down. Yep. That makes sense.
The island is a mountain, right?
Yep.
And so if you measure it from the bottom of sea level to the top of the mountain, it's taller than Mount Everest.
Wow.
Yeah. By a few thousand feet.
Wow.
It's like 33,000 feet and Everest is 30,000 or something like that.
I think Everest 28, whatever. Yeah. But that's impressive.
Or 20. So then it's 30 something. It's a few thousand feet taller.
Yeah.
Also, it is the 2nd largest volcano in our solar system.
What? I'm sorry. What? In the solar system?
In the solar system. I think it's Olympus Mons on Mars. I think it's a volcano on Mars, and I'm pretty sure it's Olympus Mons is the largest one. And then Mauna Loa or Mauna Kea, I think it's Mauna Loa, is the 2nd largest in our solar system.
What?
Yeah.
Wow.
So this mountain, this volcano is in essence is the 2nd largest roughly mountain.
Wow.
I think I would go as far as say is it's the second largest mountain in our solar system because in theory, almost all mountains are volcanoes, except for, I guess, Mount Everest. But those are two continental divides colliding.
Yeah.
But
interesting.
Yeah.
The fun. I always think it's fun to the little trivia fact about how the Hawaiian Islands are formed.
Yeah.
It's the movement of the tectonic plate over a hot spot in the Earth's magma, right? And so as the tectonic plate moves southwest, is it southwest?
I don't know.
It kind of sweeps down southwest.
One's moving down, one's moving up.
Yeah. You can see the trail of islands is the direction that the tectonic plate is moving.
Correct.
So I always think that's kind of fun to look at.
There's also already another Hawaiian island forming out in the ocean. But it's, it's going to be thousands of years before it even breaks the surface.
Yeah.
So I won't be around to see it, but eventually there's going to be another Hawaiian island, which will be kind of cool.
Wow.
I guess another fun fact that I learned is I think there was an eruption around 1800.
Okay.
From I think Mauna Kea, I think that was the one, and so much lava came out. It extended the Hawaiian island coastline 1 mile.
Wow.
Yeah.
Jeez.
Yeah. So it just kept pushing the coast.
Yeah.
1 mile out into the ocean.
Who has property rights when stuff like that? Let's say a new island is formed, or
I don't know.
If this gets extended 1 mile into the ocean.
Yeah. Well, old Hawaiian believed that the land belonged to all the people.
Okay.
And then nowadays it's you buy property. So,
yeah,
but nobody wants that property because it's just rock in an essence. So you can't do anything on it. And I beg to differ. I mean, you definitely could, but I also learned there's two types of lava. There's the really fast moving lava and it becomes flat in an essence.
That makes sense.
And then there's slow moving lava, which more or less pushes everything and becomes really craggly and nasty and hard to walk on.
Yeah.
And so most of the time by the time it's getting down to the ocean, it's craggly and nasty. And they call it aha, like you're walking across it, like it's hurting you. Yeah.
Okay.
That's how I remember that one. But most of the time, by the time it gets that far, like it's fast moving at top, but then it's slowing down the entire time for the most part. And it's cooling down, going down the mountain and slowing down. So it gets really craggly down by the coast.
Okay.
And so people it just becomes a lava flow and nobody cares. Now they do have a housing tract that is built in one of the lava flow. In an old lava flow. And supposedly the land is fairly cheap because you have to like bulldoze the property and smooth it out and completely build it, put dirt on it because you're just building on rock.
Yeah.
And so the land is fairly cheap, but there's nothing around. There's no bushes, no trees, nothing. Cause it's just rock all around you.
Wow.
But yeah, I don't know who gains the right. I think just the island grows and the property, you get more property eventually of some sort.
Nice.
But we had a great time.
Cool. Yeah. Awesome, man. Glad to see you guys back.
Thank you.
I'm glad you guys had a good time.
Yeah.
So everybody, if you're interested in Jay's Jaunts and the travels that they do, there'll be some more resources popping up here shortly for you guys to pay attention and follow along. So
yeah, it'll be fun. We'll, and if you're going to go to Hawaii, I mean, hopefully I want to create a good resource for people that are traveling, that like to travel and go places. And if if you're going to go to Hawaii, then you could follow along with us and maybe we'll talk about something that piques your interest when you go there.
Cool.
Yeah.
Sounds good.
Yeah.
That does it for today's episode then. So hopefully you guys all enjoyed getting caught up here with what we've been up to. We'll have some voicemails tomorrow for you guys. Quite a few to catch up there as well. And then another fun topic on Monday. So have a great weekend if you don't hear us tomorrow. And I guess that's it. You guys know how to get a hold of us. We got the voicemail, we got Instagrams, we got emails. Lots of different ways. So reach out if you have any questions. Reach out if you got feedback for Jimmy about his trip, feedback for me about the stupid things that I did. And we'd love hearing from you guys. So Jimmy, final words for everybody out there?
Pufferfish, or excuse me, triggerfish and some other ones like to eat coral. Like their teeth are made up. They'll like bite on coral.
Mm-hmm.
But it's fun kind of when you scare them. They pretty much poop out sand.
Oh. And with that, my friends, keep crawling.
I got one for you.
Okay. Is it Hawaiian based?
No, it should be though.
Yeah.
Should I look up a Hawaiian one?
I would be excited for one.
Okay. We'll save that one for another day. I got a joke for you.
You have a jokes?
A jokes.
Okay.
Yeah. We'll see how many we go through.
Oh, okay.
That's how it was, one or maybe more. Who knows?
All right.
What did the ocean say to the Hawaiian beach?
Aloha.
Nope.
Hola.
Nope.
Hello.
No.
What is it in German? A Wiedersehen?
Guten Tag?
A Guten Tag?
No.
No.
It didn't say anything.
Oh.
It just waved.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
Why are fish so smart in Hawaii?
Okay. Why are fish so smart in Hawaii? I don't know. Why are fish so smart in Hawaii, Jimmy?
Because they're all in schools.
Because okay.
They swim in school.
All of them do though?
Yeah, sure. Why not?
I don't think that's factually accurate.
It's not. How do sea turtles communicate with each other?
Screaming.
With
scream
their
like a
shell
goat.
phones.
Oh, that's a decent one.
That's that? All right.
Yeah.
Why did the crab never share his beach towel?
Because he was crabby.
That's all you got?
That's-
I was waiting for a more snarky remark. Because he was a little shellfish.
Okay.
All right. We'll stop there.
Thank you.